Small Industries Development Bank of India, the principal development financial institution for MSMEs, is strengthening the MSME ecosystem across multiple clusters in India through its Cluster Intervention Program. The Delhi NCR Startup and Innovation Cluster has been adopted under the program to foster collaboration amongst the stakeholders and build the capacities of the incubators and startups in the region. The program is implemented by KPMG India and Foundation for MSME Clusters and anchored by SIDBI.
For the first time ever, we have tried to induce a cluster in the service sector. And in the emerging startup scenario, we know that incubators play a very large role, very important role. And we thought that there is a need to bring together all the incubators who are working in this space, and we tried NCR region for this. And we have tried to bring together all the incubators who are working so that there is a synergy in their performance, in their work, and whatever they are doing, there is a convergence, and the resultant effort of everyone is available to all these startups in the region.
With over 10,000 startups, Delhi NCR is one of the biggest and most potential startup ecosystems in the country. 4 themes were identified for programmatic interventions based on a comprehensive diagnostic exercise, which included building an incubator network, augmenting their facilities, strengthening linkages with business service providers, and institutional capacity building. The strategy has been well received by the cluster incubators, who have become our partners in taking forward the shared vision. The Delhi NCR Incubator Network was launched on Entrepreneurs Day in November 2022, adopting a 3C approach. The network has grown from strength to strength and addressed various cluster challenges that the cluster actors were facing. 40 incubators have been virtually connected through a SaaS-based virtual platform called Let's Startup. 750 plus startups, 8 plus investors, 40 plus mentors, and business development service providers. International partners are connected with these incubators through Let's Startup. The program encouraged the CEOs of these incubators to explore their collective strengths through the physical CEO meets, where they share knowledge and best practices and also discuss common challenges. The cluster team enriched these sessions by ensuring participation from industry, CSR teams, and international agencies. 5 thematic subcommittees with these CEOs at the helm have been created to address policy gaps. Policy benchmarking and scheme mapping were undertaken and made available to the stakeholders for further action and aid in decision making. One of the most pioneering initiatives under the program has been the co-incubation guidelines, which have been drafted after extensive consultations with incubators to provide a framework for partnerships and collaboration amongst the incubators to maximize the benefits being extended to the startups.
The large number of startups now in the region, it was becoming important for us that we offer the maximum benefit to all these startups across incubators. Hence the co-incubation program, which brings in transparency as well as synergy in the offerings to all these startups across services, manufacturing, and production sector.
A series of capacity building initiatives have been undertaken over a period of time with subject experts and professionals for the incubators and startups. 25 plus incubator managers and CEOs were provided practical experience in areas across incubator and investment management by SIDBI. Over 700 startups have been trained through 16 plus online capacity building programs organized across multiple venture development themes. 30 startups nominated by 12 incubators of Delhi NCR received an opportunity to pitch in front of Indian Angel Network and Mumbai Angel Network and associated partners in the investor pitching event. The program has facilitated convergence among stakeholders and facilitated leverage of funds from other institutions for the incubators and startups. NSUT has been supported in augmenting their technological infrastructure to support startups.
Under SIDBI Cluster Intervention Program, team has supported NSUT-IIF in conceptualizing and preparation of DPR to leverage a fund of Rs 3 crore from DSIIDC for setting up of IoT lab and Fab lab.
Ensuring synergy and promoting the inclusive growth, IGDTUW Anveshan Foundation was supported in availing support from the Ministry of MSME for supporting women-led startups.
We were supported by a cluster program of SIDBI. They have facilitated us in drafting and the application process to the Ministry of MSME. And because of which last financial year we have received 8 lakh of rupees. And in the next financial year, that is, which is running, we have already received 2 such programs.
The program followed a logical framework approach and aimed at creating impact through bespoke interventions at policy, meso and micro levels to not only strengthen the capacities of the stakeholders but also to create sustainable models which could be scaled up. The Delhi NCR cluster is emerging as a model cluster for other regions to emulate and create the India of tomorrow.
I am thankful to the SIDBI Cluster Intervention Program. They are helping us for the last 2 years.
Very often the problems are pretty much common for all the incubators, and this platform has helped us to explore the synergies between different incubators and to address those problems in a joint manner.
The work being done under this program, which includes capacity building, the co-incubation policies, the connect with industry, this will go a long way in helping the startups in this region.
So through a cross-pollination of best practices and support from other various stakeholders and SIDBI, we are sure that this cluster intervention program will definitely create huge momentum and drive in the incubation ecosystem in Delhi region.